I think we're live. There we go. We're up. We're running.
We're alive. We're alive.
You're gonna have to take. You're gonna have to take the intros from here to all because I need to do the promo to get the live stream out on the go here. So this is all you, big lad.
Welcome to this week's episode of LI-VAR podcast. It's a Sunday night. It's live. You know, it's better than like the NFL Sunday. This is the red zone. This is us, episode 16. We are here to party. We are absolutely here to party on a Sunday night.
This is our new format, the Sunday night live. So we were chatting a good bit, and excuse me if I'm on my phone for a minute just to get the live stream out here. We were chatting a wee bit, and I think Talal, me and you have agreed on this podcast we do a whole lot of trying to appeal to everyone and a whole lot of trying to appeal to absolutely nobody at the same time. So
yes,
what we want to do is we want to try and focus in on what me and you actually enjoy doing, which is one, stand-up comedy. We enjoy chatting shit about comedy. Number two, judging by your jersey today, Monster Inc. and Sully from it. No.
Unbelievable.
And sports. Fuck it, sports is our big thing. So what we're going to slightly tweak the show into is this is going to be just like general chit chat of what we've been up to and stuff like that, bit of live news, and then diving into sports. So if anyone that's joined the live streams listening so far, let us know your sport and hot takes from the week. We've just watched the Arsenal-Liverpool game. United were beat this weekend, which is fucking inject that into my veins. Spurs were beat on this weekend, inject that into my veins. And City, I don't even know what to say about City. I'm disgusted by it all, really.
We're all playing for second. Let's face it. Yeah, everybody's playing for second. That's just we are the new SPL.
Oh, absolutely. Like we're one. I'll tell you, we're one team away from getting put into administration to being a proper SPL. Like,
yeah. They would have won 4 in a row. Anyway, yes, it's been I've got off by saying about my week, Sean. My week's been very Halloweeny. Let's just call it that. I was never a big Halloween fan. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not wasn't one for Halloween, dressing up or parties and shit. It's a load of nonsense in my age, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's one thing about having children, right? You forget about being embarrassed. You forget about being ashamed. You just do whatever makes them happiest, right?
You got to die for 3 points.
Oh, you are. I mean, yeah, like you got to die there for 3 points.
Yeah.
So I've been like taking them like every other day to the shop to buy sweeties for a Halloween party that I'm having this week coming. Buying the biggest loads of shit. Stuff like that, and then on Saturday was the local football club to me. We're running a bit of a pumpkin patch, right? And there was competitions for best dressed for the wee kids and the daddies and mummies that dressed up, right? So I thought to myself, you know what? I'll get into the spirit of things. Bought myself a £20 costume off Amazon, and thinking that you know what, there's going to be more than just one da is dressed up. There's got to be somebody who's going to let go of their inhibitions just a wee tiny bit. No. So I landed. Right. So, this is my costume, right? I'll send it. I might have already since I sent it to you, but I'll send it again if I haven't. You know them costumes that like it looks like you're sitting on top of something.
Yeah.
So my wee girl obsessed with unicorns, right? Obsessed with unicorns. So he says, right, I'll buy a unicorn one if I find one, but I don't want to be full on unicorn because like I want to look like a complete pedo. You know what I mean? I don't want to be
stroke the horn, wee lad. Stroke the horn.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to be that. So I seen one like so the body is a skeleton. It's got a rainbow head and a rainbow tail, right? So I'm unicorn scale, and it's one of those ones that inflate. So I couldn't inflate it in the car. So we pull up, right? And I said to Claire, I said, Claire, we'll go early. It'll not be busy. It means then when I get out of the car, it'll be inflated and all of it. Well, everybody landed at the one time. So I'm getting out of this car, right? No. The kids are excited, right? I'm trying to get this thing. Oh, God. And it's just inflating, and everybody just looking at me going, who is this absolute weirdo? And but I never really thought it through because they done like was a spooky trail but it was 2 like hedges and stuff. So I was like, I can't go down here because if I catch it in the branch, it's going to burst. So I had to stand. I had to stand there. Oh God! But guess who won best dressed daddy?
The only daddy dressed.
He took it home. He took it home. £25 voucher for a wee shop close to where I live. Class.
You've made Joe, how my brain goes there. You've made a favor. You spent 20 quid on the costume. You've lost your dignity, but you've won a favor, and that's all that matters.
Exactly. And then there was a wee like competition for like colouring in and stuff. And maybe girl, she won. There was like 3 prizes. She was one of the 3 that was picked out. And I'm not joking. Did you ever see a grown man trying not to cry, and his lip goes
the tremble? Yeah.
Yes. Did you ever see like the pursuit of happiness where like Will Smith is like swallowing, but just streams of tears come out? Yeah. I'm standing. Derry Trey's call. Wee girl's been called up. She's so proud of herself. I'm standing. My lip is just going on the tear. I was like, what's wrong? Like, what do you mean? What's wrong with me? My daughter's just won. And I was like, she's beating this girl's older than her here. This girl is a winner. This girl is going to the top. So.
Different mentality. It's like Rory Keane out there. She's well, that's what to win. There's so much of this I want to pick apart. I can just picture you getting this inflatable costume up behind the car. Everyone will be like, "What's he up behind that car there?" Fucking the kids' fancy dress. Like, how long do I get it up here? How long do I get it up behind this car? And then your wee girl going up, they win the prize, and you're just screeching out. Because there's that fucking creep who was trying to get it up earlier, and now wasn't this wee one has filled in it's probably like, to be honest, like, you know, colouring in the lines of like a unicorn or a butterfly or something like that. Was that the kind of crack? So she coloured in a witch eye, but to be fair, it was she didn't go over the lines on. It was a great job. Now there was one wee lad was robbed. Let me tell you something. He was robbed. Like I seen him colouring in, but he didn't like. And I was the one he should have been picked, like, because his colouring was fantastic. But just going back to what you said, so I'm at the back of the car, and I'm like, because there's like a wee pocket inside the thing, right? Mm-hmm. And as everybody knows, I'm quite a rotund character, right? So it looks like I've inflated my whole body. Do you know what I mean? It looks like it's a full body suit. And I'm like, Claire, I said, Claire, it doesn't go in there. It goes in here. Put it in here. Said, why is it not going up behind the car?
Yeah. But no, that's and then
you've got the Halloween scaries this week. I couldn't be a da. Like, just see if my child got robbed, something like that. Like, do like the colouring in thing. Like, say someone else got the award and my daughter, you know, filled in. I would be absolutely raging. Like, you need to get your head checked. You're an absolute disgrace.
But you want to do something. You do get quite competitive. Like, you do, like, every parent will tell you, you do get a wee bit competitive. You get a wee bit like, you want your daughter to do well, and you are trying to sort of explain to them, look, if you don't win, that's fine. But I really like it because, like, my girlfriend has a different attitude. She's like, Maddie, if you don't win, it's fine. I'm going, well, like, I'll tell you this, you'll feel better winning than not winning.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but I'm glad that she gets annoyed if she doesn't win. So, like, every
week she wants to win. She's got that winner's mentality.
Oh, she is. Oh, yes. She's got that. Yeah. She's got that Michael Jordan. She has.
Yeah. She's sitting there pulling in, and someone else is going, "Oh, you've missed a wee bit," and she's like, "And that's when I took it personal. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way."
Because there was this moment where the first page she was colouring in, and she made a mistake, and there was a girl beside her was colouring in like this pumpkin or something, and she's seen how good it was, and just goes, "Daddy, get me a new one." And it was just that stone cold, like, "Daddy, give me a new one." I'm like, no problem. Put that down. There she was, and like, there was sweets being handed out, there was things going on, and she was just zoned in.
Yeah,
which my wee lad, he's a disaster.
He's a lost cause. He was offside, shall we say?
He was
for a ball.
He was on the bench. Let's put it like that. He was
in fairness, picking. Art is one of them things where, like, I couldn't even tell you how people do it. Like, just there's like skills in life people are good at. Drawing to me is just like a stick man. People will laugh at me. Like, I remember we did is it like art before GCSE, which, I mean, why art is a subject in school is beyond me. That's just a waste of time for everybody. Like, it's either do it as a GCSE or don't do it at all. Like, there's no reason for us to do it here at early stage. But you had to do this thing called was a cross hatching or something. You have to like basically draw like in straight lines down, then across, and then it means you can do different things, whatnot. But I remember the teacher just came over to me and looked at mine and went, "Sean, you're just scribbling." And I'm just going, "What there? It just all looks like scribble." She goes, "Get out of my class." And that was the end of me. That was me done.
In third year, the reason I was so good at like maths in third year for art, because that's when you had third year was your last year, then you could pick through for GCSE or not. I can't remember what we're doing. We're doing like, it might have been like self-portraits or something. Right. And I am joking, like I was so like my handwriting is horrible. Like you would swear I'm writing with my left foot. Like you'd swear it's awful. Like
I'm going, are you writing in Arabic? And you're like, no, that's my English handwriting. That's too bad.
Exactly. Right. So like the art teacher was like, Cla, like, are you even trying? And I'm like, she's like, she goes, I'm not being rude, but she goes, you literally don't have one artistic bone in your body.
And you know what? That makes me so happy. I'm like, thank fuck. I don't want to be anything to do with this. This is not me whatsoever. Like,
so I was just like sitting doing simultaneous equations or something mental, something really cool like that. Algebra. Yeah. The juice freaks trying to make a paper mache vase, and I'm out here doing X equals Y Z squared. I'm like, fuck these. But
you're absolutely dialed in.
Dialed in.
Enjoy working in a cafe for the rest of your life, you freaks. Go straight to the top. Taking money's with me.
I know, because do you remember, like, maybe the other one in your school, you remember you used to have the art sheet, you used to have the big massive folders.
Oh, don't start me on these. And I'm like, they were the worst.
I think I said something. There's people out there who probably could have got an A star, but when I'm not carrying this onto the bus. So I'm just gonna fuck it there. Failed it simply because it was too much luggage. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Wasn't time for the carry on. That's no way, Jose. There's absolutely zero reason for them children to have to carry that art folder around. That's one of the biggest scams in the education system. That thing. That's like just roll it into a nice wee scroll, put it in a wee tube, and take it home with you. That's it. That's all you need to do.
Leave it in the art classroom. Just leave it there.
Exactly. Yeah. If you look at that art, like you tell me, Leonardo da Vinci had one of them art folders. No, definitely not. No, not happening.
This is the hot takes we're producing here. Leonardo da Vinci.
You aren't ready for this. 12 minutes in, you aren't ready for the truth. It's coming. I think it's fair to say. At this stage of the podcast, may as well. It's 12 minutes in already. Jeez. I've been out in the pints today. I've had a great week. I'll tell you what's happened this week in my world, and it's been monumental. The first head check since I went.
Yes. Molly McAlevy's back.
Yeah, I was in the pub tonight, leaving, being like Arsenal at the 2 team, like Dana, 50 G's, baby, just walking out. No, I've actually had a class week. I was gigging last Sunday in the Deer's Head when it all started, trying new material, all went well. Gigging again on Tuesday, Madden's, a lovely gig.
You're just gonna skip Monday night then? No problem, lad.
Yeah. Wait until you hear what happened to me on Monday's night. Oh my god! Right, Monday night, I messaged Luke McGivern, who runs the PAV, and said, "Can I jump on to try my new material?" Just did the Deer's Head on Sunday, and I mean, people say new material. I mean, brand spanking new. One of the first times I ever on it. I goes, "Can I do it?" And he goes, "No problem." But what we're doing is the brand newcomers night. So it's all people who've never done stand-up before. You can open the show, do 10, 15 minutes. I was like, sweet, sounds great. I'll try my new stuff in the middle. Went down, Luke McGivern was MCing, smashing it, doing a great job. Brings me on stage. Death of all deaths. Absolutely. Horrendous. Like just eating. Oh, God. So I just took so many dicks. It was absolutely bukkake mode in terms of doing a stand-up performance. It was absolutely awful. And I got off, and I could just see all, like, I actually, at one stage in my set, goes, I know this is a newcomers night, and I'm not part of the competition, but thank fuck, because I would lose. That's how bad this is going. And that only that got a wee tiny chuckle. I'm like, this is clapped out. But what happened was, so these newcomer competitions that happens, right? What typically happens is you get, like, this is an excuse for me, but you get groups of people that will, like, do some sort of comedy course, right? And because they're at a comedy course, all the people are at it. Even if they don't perform, they'll come down and support. So I went on, died on my ass, was fine. Luke kind of like, Luke had to do like a minute in between to sort of get them going again. And but here, do you know what? I was just so like, this is all right. This is fine. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. It is what it is. Like, I know this is just a weird night. And next thing, this guy who's never done stand up in his life before gets on stage, and he was like, sort of like, I think he does improv or something like that. And he started doing these bits, and he was murdering. I mean, applause breaks. And I was sitting there in the back of the room, just head and hands, going, "What is happening? Like, this is the worst thing ever." And as the night went on, a few other people didn't do so well. And I was like, right, that guy probably was good, but did better because his mates were there, sort of thing. But oh fuck, it was a bitter pill to swallow. Got to the break, and Ashlyn came with me to that gig, and she was like, what happened there? Like, as someone who doesn't go to stand up that much and see me done a few times, she was, that normally does really well. What happened there? And I was like, I have no idea. Like,
that's class.
I can't process what just happened there now. So I had to come off, look, all the new acts in the stage, and I just was like, the only thing I could think to say was, look, if I didn't do good there, yous are all fucked.
Love it.
They didn't. They're all fine, but I don't know. I think because Luke gave me a massive build up, being like, this guy started out, he's making waves and he's doing, and I did like pretty much all new stuff. I was like, oh no, I've been done in here. Done in. But you just reminded me, I was saying I had such a great week, and you just threw up back in my face. Thanks.
Hi, Sean. You know, that's just what we. Could you want to know something? That's a very Sean McAlevey thing to do.
Yeah, that is. That's exactly a Sean McAlevey thing to do. But apart from that, so did Mans on Tuesday, great night. Did Bangor as well on Friday night. There's like a new gig happening up there called the Hop House Bar. Brilliant, great night. Someone got swirled, like their drink thrown over them at the break. But apart from that, great night.
Sounds
no
good.
idea why they got drink thrown over them, but that's just your kind of standard comedy night.
That's banger for you.
Yeah.
I had the Glen-Owen on Friday night pasta.
Lovely. How's that?
Was a bit genuinely a bit apprehensive because I'd heard it can be quite hackly, it can be quite whatever.
It can be a wee bit, yeah.
So I was on first, so I was going, oh god, here we go. Willie Thompson, the MC'd, smashed out of the park. I mean, when's the last time you've seen William do stand up?
I seen him actually MC the last time I was on a Glen-Owen, and he murdered the place, and it was like a day or two after the comedian's boxing, so he was all like sore and a cerebral palsy. He was really playing up and stuff like that, and he was like all backstage and like, oh, I'm really downbeat, and he was probably, you could see him hunched over and he got on stage, and for 10-15 minutes he just looked like untouchable. He was unreal.
I mean, it was just like everything he said, even his crowd work was just like on fire. It was just, I think this is so it made it really easy for me, like as in like so I knew that just if I go on and sort of start off confident, and I did, and they were a great audience, and I had a great time down there, like a real proper so we've done a couple of the new ones that I've sort of been testing out in Madden's, done well, so happy enough, like happy. It was like great.
The boys are back.
Boys are back. Boys are back. Yeah. Also, the new Call of Duty's out, so it's been a fucking great week.
Yeah. So the gym has been fucked off this week. It's straight into Black. What are we on? What are we on? Black Ops 6?
Black Ops 6.
I'm trying to think. Class. The last Black Ops I really remember was Black Ops 3, the one you could like run on walls and all. Was that Black Ops 3?
No, that was Advanced Warfare.
No. There was a Black Ops you could run on walls, 100%.
It was Black Ops 2 then. Or no, Black Ops 3, you're right.
Black Ops 3. What happened in Black Ops 4, 5, and 6? What were 4,
Black
5,
Ops Black Ops 4 was the start of the Battle Royales.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. See, okay, I have you now. I haven't downloaded yet, and I'm really leaning. I actually had a decision to make this week whether or not to sell my Xbox or not. Like, yeah, and I don't think I'm ready for it yet because
I'm going for the Gary Neville. Oh,
he's in trouble.
He's in trouble.
I don't know what to do because like I really just don't have time at the minute to sort of like spend loads of time playing Xbox, but I know I could really easily make time. Do you know one of those situations?
So it's like, as I've said before, like I've always had a PlayStation. I might have turned it on once a month before, but see, from really I've become a parent, it's
non-stop
every night. Because all my mates are all dads, we hardly see each other.
Yeah,
that's how we sort of keep in touch.
That's class.
It is, to be fair, and people go fucking big losers playing video games, but it's like
no.
It's not. It's good. Like it's good. It's good crack. It makes us feel young. You know.
What I mean? I put it this way to you, right? There's nothing I hate more in life than a FaceTime. or a phone call. Like, I'd actually see if someone calls me and goes, "What's the crack?" I just hang up on them. I go, "No, we're not doing this." But see if we're like, "Here, will you come online tonight at 8 o'clock and play a bit of Verdansk or a bit of Call of Duty or something?" 100%, I am in there. And then you can ask me what's the crack, what have you been up to, and blah blah blah.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So I actually think it's better to have something that you're all coming together for and chatting shit than just sitting on a call chatting about nothing.
Do you know something? Sometimes there might be 7 or 8 of us on. And maybe somebody in the group chat, maybe somebody in the parties, maybe just not their usual self. You always go, "Here, what the fuck's wrong with you?" And eventually you get there to them. Maybe maybe they have a fight with a girlfriend or wife, or something's wrong. You know, "Hi, it's therapy. Tell me."
Better help. Better watch out.
Get on to the Washington Bay one. That's what our party's called. Get the Washington Bay one.
Here, I'll say this much. 7 or 8 people, that's too many. That's too many days in one fucking chat. You need to sort that out.
Well, there's odd couple who don't have children, like, but there's I would say there's a core three on.
Okay,
me.
That's what you need. I bet you are they the best?
No, well, Finton is. Finton you met at the Crack Theatre.
Yes.
He's annoyingly good at it.
I need to play with you because I think I'm quite good at those things. I haven't been in a while, but like I think you'd be impressed.
Do you know something? Somebody who's good at like COD, I do be impressed, and I'll be full of praise for them. Same as like pro clubs. Pro clubs starts off good crack, and then it does get a bit serious. Like as we go up the leagues and stuff, and it does get serious.
There's no room for the weak in pro clubs. We had a boy that joined one time, and we no one wanted to play defense or goalkeeper, so he had to go right back, and he would just try and run up front and score. And we're like, "Look, if you're not going to play right back, you may just go offline." He goes, "Well, I'll just go offline and altogether not chat to you." And I go, "Sweet, that's perfect. Yeah, thanks." Get out of here.
You're the kind of boy we need in our team. This is how serious. This is how serious we take pro clubs, right? If you want to shut the podcast down after this statement, Sean, no problem, right? But I live stream all our games, right?
Where?
Not telling you, right?
Why would you're live streaming a podcast right now? Why did you not tell us?
Because it's not for the public eye, right? So
but
we stream it.
Oh, right.
Yes, no, because no one's. You can find it if you look hard enough, right? But you go on, stream them to YouTube. So then see if something controversial happens, like somebody has called the ball that said, I never called that. I'll review the footage, send the clip in. And it's worked out in 3 because at the start it was like, at the start it was like, none of us actually want to watch that, and now everybody wants it. And like, "Oh well, here you fucking look at you, Mr. Fucking Sitter." It's worked out in 3 for me, so it's just. Since I say like we have video games.
I gotta tell you something. That's too far. That is way too far. What are you at?
But that's
mad.
If you want to roll with Riverdale, Sean, that's what you have to do.
Have you ever won Division 1?
Oh yeah.
Pro clubs.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you the story of us winning Division 1 pro clubs. It was the first time it ever happened. It might have been pre-COVID, I'd like to say, or maybe just around then. And could we win Division 1 pro clubs? Like, Joe, it either goes one way or the other. You either get really close and then lose the last game, or like get relegated straight in Division 2. That was kind of the form we were in. And there was one night we had like the holy like 4 on. Just the 4 boys are like, tonight. Don't tell anyone else we're coming online. This is the time for us to do. Like you'd see other people pop up online, like turn your thing offline. We're not on. Right?
Oh yes.
Don't let them know.
Oh yes.
And the 4 of us were online, and we were down. We needed 1 win in the last game to win Division 1, and this is at like 2 o'clock in the morning, proper grind time, like proper fucking.
Yeah.
If you're going to win Division 1, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You can't win Division 1 at like 2 o'clock in the day. That doesn't happen, right? And it was all on this moment. And we're down 2-1 in the 90th minute. We're like, fuck's sake. And they had what's the typical added on? Like 3 minutes. You always add on 3 minutes or something like that. We had a corner. Some bot called, I can't remember what was his name. There was a bot in it, and he scored a fucking header at the 90th minute. And we're like, oh my God, it's on. Next thing, we go down the pitch again. In the 93rd minute, the same bot scores a bicycle kick. to win the game. Yes. It was a bot. Bot scored 2 goals in the final, and we won Division 1. And my whole family came down and shouted at me for being like, "Can you shut the fuck up?" And I'm like, "This is the greatest day of my life."
There's a guy in Alba one place, and like, if we score like a late goal or somebody scores a screamer, he will properly go full. Do you remember Andy Gray?
Yeah,
the commentator. He'd be, "Oh, you beauty!" Next thing, you'll just hear his mic go mute because his wife's obviously shouting at him.
I love that. My bedroom was on the far side of my house, so I could get away with murder whenever I got my own room and stuff like that. But before that, it was tough going. Like, people was coming and going, "Can you shut the fuck up?" It was like, "No, I can't." You don't know emotion like this.
You want to know something? And like, people do look down on people who play like PlayStation or Xbox, but it's class crack. Like, it's
so good.
It's good crack.
It's one of those ones where, like, I don't want to say women, because there is women that play like Xbox stuff like that, but like your stereotypical girlfriend or wife or whatever, they will never understand. And I always try and think, what's the equivalent of like that to them? Is it like going to get your nails done with the girls, or going to the Galgorm, or like, what is the same equivalent of like getting on Verdansk with the boys, getting on pro clubs with the boys? What is that like thing for
bottomless
them?
Bottomless
brunch. Oh, but here, let me say this about bottomless brunch. When women go to bottomless brunch, they just turn into the biggest pack of hers you've ever met in your life. Like, all their standards go out the window. I actually walked past a bottomless brunch in Belfast. There's some crowd that does one in Belfast now in like different venues. I was walking down Botanic. There's a bar down there. There's like a big fucking tree in the middle of it. I can't remember what it's called. The house bar or something like that it's called. And I walked past, and I know I'm joking you, 3 women like catcalled me. And I was disgusted for all of 1 second before I was like, "This is class. This is great." I'm delighted.
I've never been catcalled in my life. I've been called cat, but never been fucking catcalled. I can tell you that. I was in Belfast on Saturday during the day, and I was in 3 shops in total. 3 shops. Right. In 2 of those shops, there was full-on fist fights.
Right.
Belfast is a way of the dogs.
Let me guess. The JD in Belfast, yeah.
What a shit. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
JD and probably Primark.
No.
What was the other one?
Sports Direct. Oh,
fuck, of course.
Right. I walked in. Oh my God. And I can't even repeat what the guy was saying. So no. I walk in and he shouts a racial slur, right? And I was like, no, at the security. Now the security guy looks like he could be my brother. That's for real, right? So the racial slur he shouts, I'm like, next thing I know, damn it, not me. So the security guy is shouting himself. Your mate's like scoring off them. So 2 workers in Sports Direct are like, "Look, you need to leave," and your mate's going, "This fucking shop doesn't even do fucking refunds, blah, 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 blah." Going mental. The manager then eventually gets the balls to come down. The manager looks at it and goes, "We don't even sell that product." "That's not what I'm not going to refund." He's like, "Well, you didn't buy it here. We don't sell this." and then the security guard like touches the guy to like put him out, and the boy bats his hand away, and the security guard, shits himself like.
No.
And I just went, you know what? I'm just going to leave here. And then I walked down the corner to like JD. 2 junkies, one of them literally changing out of his clothes and trying on clothes off the shelf. A worker comes over. Now, to be fair, see the worker who worked in JD, he's got hands on him. Let me fucking tell you that. Because the junkie swings for him, and he has to be a boxer. He like slips it and just throws a 1-2. Absolutely fucking, empties him. His mate comes over and he's like trying to help him up, but when he's trying to help him up, the security guards now come over. He's like, he needs to take these clothes off. Like, these aren't his clothes. So the junkie's like, "No, he's knocked out. Need to take him to the hospital." But he's in the clothes that he's changed into. So the clothes, the junkie's trying to steal. I'm like, this is Belfast where the dogs. Like, so where the fuck?
That was the junkie's perfect plan there. He goes, "I ain't gonna fucking try. He's on, and he sparks me out. I'm gonna keep him on and take him to the Royal, and then he'll get him for good." Oh, genius move.
But it's just the way the worker just slipped him, basically slipping and just banging 1-2. It was surreal.
That's class. That is unreal. Well,
Yeah.
here, tell you what, we've had an eventful week. I can't wait to do this every Sunday. This has been summer in for weekly activities. Will we go into our global news, see what's been going on around the globe?
Around the globe, let's do it.
Big news from around the world. What has been going on? I actually wanted to touch on Donald Trump has been on every podcast in the world. They did it with the Champions League or the World Cup of all podcasts, the Joe Rogan podcast. Did you get listening at all?
I haven't listened to it yet. It's for work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, 3 hours. Your day'll fly by. By.
I listened to him on Theo Vaughan's, and I actually thought it was very good because he talked about his brother who has suffered from different kinds of addictions and stuff. It was actually quite good, like. But I love when he talks politics because he's the people's politician.
In what way? What do you mean?
As in, like, he doesn't use words that like politicians are good at, like, saying something without actually saying it.
Right. Okay. I know what you mean.
He just around and go, "I'll cut taxes. This is how I'm going to do it."
Yeah.
You know. Whereas, like, some other comedians, some other politician would be like, "We're going to do this, and this will," like, just completely use science to blind you. He's just like, "This is what I'm going to do."
Yeah, I love how he has now. So in all the podcasts he does now, he even acknowledges that he does. You ask him a question, she go, "Look, I think Joe Rogan was asking, like, what was day one in the White House like?" And he goes, "Joe, 10,000 people I had to employ before I had to do that." And he goes on a big fucking tangent. And then Joe will be like, to him, he's like, "Well, yeah, but you're kind of going off topic." And he goes, "I call this the weave. This is the weave. I go off and I talk about other things, but I come back. He goes, Sleepy Joe won't go on the weave. He'll go off and he'll not come back. And Kamala, she'll go away and she'll not come back. This is the weave, Joe. This is what I do." And I'm like, you're so insane that you know what you're doing. Like, that's so crazy.
The fact that he's name calling, it's like, that is get him in. I don't care if he hates everybody, just get him in. See what happens.
Right, I tell you where my algorithm's at this week. So I listened to one or two of the, like, sort of like, I listened to the Call Your Daddy podcast when they had Kamal on. I listened to Joe Rogan on Theo Vaughn and Trump on Theo Vaughn and Trump on Joe Rogan. And I was seeing a video today, popped up on YouTube. First video was like, why Trump will 99.9% win the American election on whatever date the thing is. And I'm going, oh, fuck's sake, I need to go watch our Kamala podcast here. My algorithm's cooked here. Like,
he's a Republican, isn't he?
Yeah. But I see American politics. This is what I don't understand about it. They make it so, like, personal. So, like, everyone's voting for Trump or Kamala to run the country, which in reality, neither of them do fuck all. It's all the people behind them and the people that back them that tell them what to do and blah, 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 blah. But so, for example, right, say Joe Biden's in charge of the Democrats, right, or Kamala Harris. Realistically, it doesn't really matter because there's loads of people doing it. But with Trump, they all go, if it's not Trump in charge of the Republican Party, we don't want to vote Republican, which is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how they get to the stage where they think this one person is so influential. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's, like, as you said, like, he had employed 10,000 people.
Yeah.
So, like, every speech he makes is written and then redrafted about 1,000 times. Every public appearance is like the way up, like the pros, cons of it. It's mad. It's madness. A part of me would love to be like, I actually think it should, in a way, people go to, like, the World Cup or they go to the Euros or Olympics. I think I'd love to go to America for the week of the election. I think it'd be fucking, man, like, just seeing people lose their minds, like.
But they're so into it, and ultimately, like, it kind of really doesn't make a difference to anybody. I mean, I'm sure there's people that are really into it that are going to go, me and you are talking out our absolute holes here, but, like, realistically, it doesn't make that much of an impact, like, as much as you think.
I will say this. I work for a company that are American owned.
Right.
And they would be if Trump getting in would be very beneficial for me.
Trump.
Hey, Trump, if you'd a hand building the walls on, give me a shout.
See if this podcast was going to gain 100+ patrons off the back of Trump getting elected, it's my vote. That's where my morals lay. And here, do you know what? That's where everyone's morals should lay. Who's going to make me the most money? Because that's what Joe Rogan came out and said. He actually turned around and said, why did you have him on? And he goes, I thought the timing was great. Plus, also, I wanted to get that bag. I'm like, yes, finally, a proper answer. Like, that is exactly why you have someone like that on. It's done, in the first 10 hours, it's done 10 million views.
What in the first what? Sorry?
In the first 10 hours, it did 10 million views. So 1 million views an hour.
That is insane. That means like within the first 7 hours, if you're taking 1 million every hour, that means everybody in Ireland listened to that podcast within half a day.
That is, and you have to remember, YouTube doesn't like to push Donald Trump stuff.
No.
Or so the algorithm's not feeding that.
Or Joe, because Joe's a bit of a...
Yeah, they don't really like the... anyway, we're getting into dicey territory here. But it got me thinking, right? It got me thinking, more importantly, Northern Ireland politics, which is more closer to home. If we had people here, guest appearances, because we seen this week, Naomi Long appeared on the... What do you call that podcast? Fucking... Give my Head podcast.
Yes.
So... Do you think here you might actually see more politicians going? Like, could you see a world in where like Jim Allister's on team with me?
Do you want to know something? Shane Todd has had podcast game on lockdown. Patrice Evra.
That's madness.
So I genuinely wouldn't be shocked if Shane Todd had Donald Trump on his podcast. That would be insane. But I would love to see like imagine Jimmy Bryson on like the Mudblood.
Yeah.
You know, Paddy William, you know, or you have like, but even somebody like, imagine like Arlene Foster on the Bomb Squad pod.
Oh my god!
Just like McCann going, well, Arlene, do you listen to Tyler the Creator or what's?
Yeah. How's your shade's been looking this week?
You know,
I have any of them on. If they want to come on, tell you what podcast, I'm on ahead. Trump, you're welcome.
Any politician that wants on here.
Because I actually seen a new side to like politicians this week, seeing that one with Naomi Long on, because she actually was on that Give My Head podcast and like was actually quite funny on it. Like borderline sort of like she won't like me making this comparison from business. It was kind of almost borderline Trumpy. As in, like, they were asking her about certain people in politics, and she was just going, like, they're asking her about Boris Johnson. She was, we didn't get on. Like, he was a bit of a balloon. And you're going, oh, I didn't see you coming out of that. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of mental. Like proper, like, politicians are at their best when they're ripping into one of each other like that. Like, proper, like, slagging.
See, I think I would get behind politics a lot more if it was a lot more honest. Like, see if they come out and said, look, the way things are at the minute, we're going to have to increase tax. We're going to have to increase the working week or whatever. But here, tell you what, you know what them ones in Sinn Féin are doing? They're going to make it worse. Fucking...
Yeah. It's kind of like, do you remember? And I'm going to sound like a major Trump fan here, which I'm not. But do you remember the one where it was like they asked him a question, being like, "You're using your position of power to avoid taxes or something like that," and he was up against Hillary at the time, and he goes, "Sure, Hillary made this law." And she uses this for all of her financial backers. So I just use the same tax breaks that they all them use. And you're going, all right, sweet, fair enough.
Exactly. He just says it like it is. You know what I mean?
You're being sound.
That man was ready to drink domestos to cure the coronavirus.
Yeah. That's our guy.
That's the guy. Like,
that's it. Podcast. You need a man that's going to die for 3 points. You know what I mean? You need a man that's going to do anything for you.
But every politician in the world was like, look, we don't understand it. We don't know what's going on. He's just like, well, kills coronavirus and back in his bottle.
Yeah. Have we tried drinking the bleach? We could drink the bleach. It's a great idea.
At least he was being proactive. He was like thinking outside the box. Like,
yeah. I like the politicians that are, because like we all fear the politicians that are massive. You know, like the Kim Jong-uns and the fucking Russian government and all these people. But I like who's just like, they're my best friends.
Yes.
And like even going, this is interesting.
Even the fact that like he was over in like Saudi and he's good buddies with MBS Mohammed bin Salman. You know,
exactly.
Who somebody said that the photograph I have for the Middle East, somebody actually goes, why do you, the poster for my solo show, by the way, 20th of March. So he goes, why do you have your guy that does all the sports in Saudi Arabia as your poster? And I was like, nah, I don't see the resemblance, but
I don't think I know him.
Don't know who Mohammed. Oh, you need to watch that documentary, Sean. You would love Mohammed bin Salman. He is, just watch it because he is like so money hungry.
Oh yes,
that like, and I mean, like, he outbid someone for a painting just so he could have it.
Nice.
So the painting started off £1 million, and the bid was going like 1 to 5 to 10, and he just went 700. Just that was it.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what happened to me today. This is not my usual setup in life. As you know, famously, not a tipper. Don't do the whole tip. I'm not getting into it. I'm not saying why. I don't tip, right? Fucking pay your restaurant workers for a wage. I don't have to fucking pay their wage, right? That's my opinion.
Correct.
Right. And I was in a restaurant today, having a wee pizza in Belfast, and it's not the nearest bill in the world. But as we went in there, I was like to your guy, anywhere sipping umbrellas, just a wee bit of small talk. And he goes, we've nowhere to sit you right now, but if you wait 10 minutes, I'll get you a table. And I goes, perfect, sound 100%. So set up on this wee desk, and he goes, can you get you a drink or anything? He goes, no, it's all right. And he walked away, and he gave us 2 menus, and he goes, in front of me and my woman, he goes, are you that comedian? And he goes, I do go to wee comedy. He goes, I've seen your stuff. You're brilliant, man. Brilliant. Must have been chatting to me about Arsenal, all this different stuff, and blah, blah, blah for about 5 minutes. I was like, Jesus, lovely. This has never happened to me in my life where anyone comes up to me about stand-up comedy. He goes, tell you what, got your wee table over there. We'll get you 2 drinks. We'll sort you out. Fucking enjoy your meal. I goes, this is peak living right here. have the food. Told him I was going to the Arsenal game. At my food 20 minutes. They were just having pizzas. Walked out. And as we're going to pay, I was like, right, fucking sort this out here. Pay by card. And he had one of them card machines that says, what percent you want to tip on before you leave?
Yeah.
And I go, this boy knows my name. I can't hit 0 here. It goes against, this goes against everything and every part of my being here. I can't hit 0. So hit the lowest one, 10%, but that was a big step for me. It was like a 30-something bill, and I give him an extra 3 quid. And you know what? I can live with it. See if you know my name and you say you recognize me from stand-up and you think I'm good, I'll take that.
Hi, you know, time to get the Patreon. Never fucking mind.
Yeah, that's it. You could, and for the £3, I'm like, that's 3 months on the Patreon. You can do that.
Exactly. Sure. 3 months. Hey, fucking here, but it is great getting recognized. It is, no doubt about it. That
is genuinely the only time it's probably happened to me. Outside in like somewhere weird, like if you're in like a comedy club and someone goes, "Do you stand up?" Like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
kind of gonna happen, sort of thing. Like, but like out in the wild, I was like, "Oh!" I could even see my missus. She was hating it. She going, "You fucking what? What?"
You big massive smile on you.
Yeah. So it's happened.
Do you want to know something? And I'll tell you why you should really live that, like, milk that moment you had for as long as you can. Because when I done the Glen on Friday, and you realise how far you have to go, because Paddy Raff was headlining, and I literally was like, everybody was like, "Oh, will you take a photograph?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And then they hand you the phone. Oh, okay, no worries. No
that's grim.
Yeah,
that is so grim.
And then they do the, "Oh, should jump you in too?" And I'm like, "No, like, no, it's fine. Like, it's fine."
That's like. Do you ever get that when you go to like your in-laws and like they're getting a family photo and like, "Should you jump in here?" And you're like, "No, honestly." No,
it's grand.
No, it's fine.
So it's the only 2 people who come up to me and actually says, "Can we get a photograph with you?" were 2 Americans
who didn't have a clue who you were.
I didn't know who it was. They're like, "We thought you were great, man. That I'm not gonna lie. I was going, where's you going with this 9/11 stuff? Man, you killed it."
You're like, yeah, we tend to do that on 9/11.
Like, yeah. Because he goes, "We need to start laughing about that shit." Like, well, I'm laugh about it. I'm like, it's not much to laugh at, like. But
well, there you go. There's 2 supporters for Trump anyway. There's not. You've got 2 Trump fans.
Oh, they are Trump fans. Yeah. So that's
Have you any other global news, or are we going into some sports news? Any other global news?
Nah, I don't think so, Sean.
Don't think so. Trump's our number one.
Vote Trump.
Yeah.
Endorsed by tell you what. Endorsed by tell you what.
Yeah. I tell you what, do you know who we endorse? Whoever wins. See, we see Kamala when we're going, yes, Kamala number one, baby. Yes. It's more fucking, what do you call your other man? Robert Kennedy. If he comes out of the blue, yeah, he's our man, like anybody. We support winners in this team, which is a great segue onto our sports news, which is the team we support doesn't win.
Yes.
Well,
the draw specialist.
So we want to. I'll just give a wee bit of context. Suppose we want to branch this podcast out more into sports talk. So the big sporting event we want to talk about this weekend are UFC was on, Premier League was on, and obviously Tal's wearing his Arsenal shirt, glorious Arsenal shirt, which I should have mentioned off start. You said it didn't fit you, unless your belly button's hanging out right now and you want to stand up and show us.
No, I went. I had to go. I had to go a few axes, Sean.
Oh right. Oh, you got an one.
Oh yeah.
Oh right, okay, yeah. Fair enough. I was
so,
like, Tal must have lost loads of weight and fitted into that one.
No, Sean. No, fuck, there was no. Whenever I was saying to you, Sean, this might fit you, I was like,
yeah,
but it's like, but I actually had a nice wee moment. So the first jersey I bought,
yeah,
fits Claire, right? That's how small it is, right? That's how small it was,
right?
And then when I went and on to DHgate, bought this.
Yeah.
Good quality. I said, you know what? I'll complete the set. But Maddie and Charlie, two are so they arrived there yesterday, and all of us were wearing our shirts. I was like, this is, and I was like, if I died right now, that's all I want. Like, this is, because like, as a dad, you want everybody in your family wearing the same jersey, right? Yeah. Or as Clara, as a ma, just wanted everybody to be wearing the same pajamas Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
So I was like, Claire, I goes, and you take photographs and put them on Facebook, and all the boys slag me. I was like, this moment's just for me.
That is the best comparison of anything I've ever heard in my life.
It's a fact, class.
You need to do at the start of any Premier League season, all of you using the matching kit, being like, "This is my Christmas."
So like, and I actually had actually before I went to the party today, Saka had just scored.
Yep.
And I was like, fucking get in there, Saka. And my wee girl, she's like, yay, Arsenal. And I was like,
this is it. Your wee fellow was probably going, come on, Liverpool. You're like, you're a wee prick.
No, my lad's he's some value, but he couldn't care less about football. Couldn't care less.
Dear. Give him time. Don't lose hope in him yet.
Don't put him
up for adoption yet, Tal. Keep him.
As long as one of them like it, that's all.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, so yes, Arsenal, Liverpool, 2-2. I didn't actually see much of the second half, but I did see clips. I did see clips on Twitter, and as per usual, LI-VAR-POOL again, get all the decisions. I thought Arsenal had a penalty in the first half.
What for? Which one was that?
Was it Havertz got absolutely taken clean over by Canate? No, Martinelli got taken over by Canate.
Thought he got the ball, but I thought it was reckless. I thought it was one of them ones. If he had given it on the pitch, he would never have overturned it. Right.
The Van Dijk should have been sent off in the first 5 minutes. Right. Now, hear me out. He kicks out not once, but twice. The impact doesn't matter. It was violent conduct. Patrick Vieira got sent off against Manchester United in 2003 at Old Trafford for kicking at Ruud van Nistelrooy and missed him by about 2 yards and got sent off. Van Dijk done the same thing, not once but twice to Kai Havertz, and not a yellow card was produced. It was violent conduct. The ref was, I'm not going to at you. Yes.
Yeah. He actually went again. He goes, I saw that. And he goes, oh, I'm not going to do anything else about it.
How's that not a red card? Violent conduct is violent conduct.
I don't know. I don't think it's a red.
No. Arsenal get refereed to the letter of the law. Look at Declan Rice's second yellow. Look at Leonardo Trossard's second yellow. Did you see?
There was also two instances where they kicked the ball away today, Liverpool.
Yes. Did you see what game was it? Spurs and Crystal Palace. Oh my!
Didn't see it.
The striker's closer, is 10 yards outside the box. The defender brings him down. Yellow card. He's 2 on goal. Not an opportunity. He's not wearing Arsenal jersey. He doesn't get fucking sent off. Anyway, the big moment is 2-2. Havertz, Jesus, who hasn't scored since I had a hairline, fucking scored from 2 yards out. Right, ruled out for what? Nobody knows.
Yeah, apparently, who was it? Give your headed the ball too high. But that was mad. I was in the pub watching it, and here, tell you what, it's the first time I went to a pub in 2 years to watch an Arsenal game. Like maybe longer. Like I never go out to watch football because I just can't stand. See the atmosphere in a pub, watch a football. I'd rather be in prison on my own.
Yeah,
football.
You need to
see the whole like. See people go, oh, use your shit, and and like try and like rub it in your face when they score, something happens. Leave me alone. I just want to sit and watch the football. Like
the only time I ever really enjoyed watching Arsenal in the bar was there's a bar in Dungannon, and it'd be quite an Arsenal bar. So on FA Cup final day, there was just a big section of Arsenal fans. So all the singing and chanting and all was class, and we beat Villa 4-0 that day. And if you're the player in the back of your jersey scored, you got a free pint.
Unbelievable. That's class.
Big murder sacker.
Yes. You had murder sacker in the back of your jersey.
Oh, aye.
That's crazy.
So, but yes.
Yeah, I thought the free kick he gave for the give your head like that. I didn't get to see the punditry afterwards. But if that's not being talked about,
it's not. But do you want the West not being? Do you want the West not being talked about because they got it wrong?
No, I'm actually at the stage now, and this is why I want to put sports on this segment like of the podcast. I actually think mainstream media in terms of sports analysis is so shit, and you can put this down to, and I love the program, stick to football. You can put this down to any other sporting show you listen to. The protection around referees and the protection around everything else that goes on in the Premier League is absolute joke. Arsenal scored a legit goal today. And they're going, well, the referee blew his whistle 5 seconds beforehand. It had no impact on what happened, and the ball ended up in the net. And it was never a foul. So give us the goal.
Here's my thing. I actually think I think they're using VAR now because the Premier League is dropping off in popularity because City are winning it every year. People are going, oh, I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
So how do you get more views? How do you get more people talking about it? Let's create controversy where people will have to watch it to make up their own mind. So I think they're using VAR as almost like wrestling, almost like the storylines are written before the match even happens.
Yeah, I can see that. But it's just because then the pundits come out, and the problem is they're all in bed with the Stockley Park and the VAR officials and Mike Dean. Why the fuck they hire referees to work on these channels is beyond me, because they come out and they go, here, I'll do it for you right now. Right? You're fucking, I'm going to just go, right, there was a controversial decision. Should that Arsenal goal have stood? I will pass over to Mike Dean here. He goes, no, the referee got that right. That's it. That's what he does. That's all they do on the co-commentaries. It is completely pointless. I think, I'm not at the stage where I think ban VAR, right? Because I do think for the horrendous stuff, it gets it right. Like, if that decision was made against Arsenal today and there was no VAR, I actually think I could live with it more, to be honest with you, because he called it and whatever happened. But the fact there's VAR there and they don't overturn it, it drives me insane.
Yes. So for the likes of offsides and different things like that, and I know sometimes it can be fucking millimeters. Offside, you're offside. Well, it's 1 millimeter.
I like that. I don't mind that. Yeah.
You're offside, okay, or for a bad tackle or something like that, right? But here's a hot take, right? Anybody who knows me knows how much I despise Manchester United. I hate them. Everything about the club. I hate them, right? I actually texted a mate of mine today who's a United fan. Whenever the penalty, basically it won West Ham the game, I texted my mate going, if that's given as a penalty, this is a disgrace. It was never a penalty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and that's when I went, I actually think they're using this to create storylines because Baldy Hag is under severe pressure.
He's gone. I will be shocked if he hasn't been sacked by tomorrow. Like, He's won, but who do they play next week? Who do you need to play next week?
He is under severe. They haven't won a game in Europe this year, which is I didn't realize until today. So they're playing Europa League,
and they play Leicester City in the AFL Cup, and then they play Chelsea next week, PAOK in the Europa League, and then Leicester City again in the Premier League. If they don't beat Leicester in the AFL Cup, he could lose his job, which maybe not because the AFL Cup. If Chelsea do them and Cole Palmer runs red, which Cole Palmer has every possibility of doing, he could be gone before that Europa League game against PAOK because they're currently not. I don't even think they're currently in the qualification spots.
No, they're not. They only have 3 points. They're so poor. They're actually they've only 11 points from 9 games. That is insane. That is.
And here, I am at the point now as well where I'm like, on all these podcasts you listen to about United and all these people talk about United, can we not just do a 1 minute segment where we all go, oh yeah, last time I checked, they're still shite, move on my day. Because they've been like that for the last fucking 10 years. Why do we keep going on like, well, what is the problem? And doing a 30-minute segment on the analysis of Man United when we just all look at it and go, yep, still shite, tick on another day.
No, but I just think the whole refereeing VAR thing, this needs revamped. I do like VAR. I know it can sometimes ruin that whole aspect of a late winner or whatever, but it's a fact that they get more wrong than they get right. The easiest thing to do is get an ex-pro in. Get an ex-pro in who is, for example, the Declan Rice thing. If an ex-pro goes, yeah, that's that, because he'll know what Rice is thinking. He's just kicked it away. He doesn't actually mean to delay the restart.
Yeah.
Then no yellow card. But if you have a pro who would go, you know what, he's being a tube there, he knows what he's out there. Give him and you would have more respect. I think to see someone like Gary Neville or Jimmy Carragher or one of these pundits, put them in VAR.
Well, I actually don't think it's a VAR problem at all. I actually think it's a referee problem, right? That referee problem, we're talking about I know we're talking about Arsenal here, but we are going to talk about Arsenal because we're Arsenal fans. The one Declan Rice kicking the ball away, the referee, if he doesn't give a yellow card and sends him off there, VAR doesn't need to intervene. And no one's annoyed. If Trossard won, which I am still adamant, that is a footballing movement.
Yes,
it is. After the whistle, and if for him to miss the ball or not kick the ball, and they weren't going to restart the play quickly anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's a referee decision. So nothing to do with VAR again. Today's decision where he wins, gets up higher, he sort of lands kind of on top of him or climbs over the top of him to get the ball. But what the fuck? That's what you're meant to do. Wins the ball. That's the referee has made the wrong call. If he's made the wrong call and the ball ends up in the back of the net, then VAR gets intervened and goes, look, you've made a higher. The referees are just so crap. It is unbelievable.
But here's the thing, and I always bring it up with people who talk about fucking VAR and stuff. Whenever VAR was first introduced, the whole point of VAR was to be anonymous, as in you would nearly forget it's running in the background. So it was meant to be if it's a clear and obvious error. So sometimes you look at a foul and go, yeah, that's a red card. But when you slow it down and look at it from 10 different angles, you'll go, well, fuck, maybe that isn't a red card. But it's only if it's a clear and obvious error from the referee. I know it's all fucking.
I just don't understand why, and I hate when people compare other sports. But you may as well, if you're going to steal all the other rules from our sports, you may as well copy them. Rugby does it right. It's black and white. Is it a red card? Did he make head contact? Yeah. Well, how much force did he use? Show me at full speed now. I don't want to see it just in slow motion because it looks worse there. And you get the full picture. And the referee on the pitch ultimately makes a decision, goes to the VAR and goes, what do you think? Do you agree with me here? And he'll say yes or no.
Yes.
And the referee's made the decision.
And you can hear what they're talking about. It's on a big screen being reviewed. Yeah. You can see what they're. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all about.
Fucking nerve. But right. We'll talk about some other big results on the weekend. So Manchester United lost. Do you think Ten Hag could lose his job in the next week or two?
I will say this: if they get beat badly by Chelsea at the weekend, I think they will. Yeah, I think they will.
Thanks so as well. Chelsea had a big win. Cole Palmer, fucking that man can do no wrong.
Ice cold. He is ice cold.
His second goal was absolute dog shit. Keeper should have saved it, but he just has that. Do you know what it is? It's the aura. As soon as he picked up the ball at the halfway line and ran, you're just going, this is going to the back of the net. And even the keeper went, I'm going to let this in because he's so good.
Yeah, but he's just at the peak of his powers. Not the peak of his powers, but he's just like almost playing with like a chip on his shoulder, going. Everybody talks about Saka and Foden and fucking Garnacho, and I'm like, I'm just over here being top goal scorer in the league.
Which, by the way, I absolutely despise. I despise how everyone has to compare every English player to everyone ever. Why can't they all just be class?
Yeah.
Like, why does everyone have to go, but Saka's been better than Foden? It goes, he's just class. Let him be that. And also, here, let me guarantee you something. The person that's making that argument doesn't watch Man City and Arsenal every weekend. So, shut up. Spurs lost 1-0 to Crystal Palace.
I love it.
Yeah. But here, he's not in trouble. He's not going to lose his job. Big honest, but they have not been great.
No, but the thing with Spurs is that the way he plays football, when they do win, they win really well.
But when they lose so shit. That's the other side of it.
Exactly. But it makes the fans free. Well, to me, Spurs are irrelevant. I hate playing them because you won't get beat by Spurs, but it's like they're never going to do anything. Like to me, it's just they're just another club. They're just another team in the league.
Yeah. They're the guy that's like, oh, if you want to go, we can go then, but like we'll never go. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
They're that guy. Yeah.
But yes, that's enough about soccer. Fuck soccer.
Yeah, that's enough soccer. What else been happening? Oh, the UFC was on.
Yes.
God bless. God fucking bless the Abu Dhabis, the Sheikhs, everyone that's involved for putting on sporting events at 6 o'clock our time and over at the main event was on at 9:30. Just unbelievable. I was sitting down. The Simpsons had just ended 6:30, right? That's how good it was. Simpsons had just ended and the prelims were going, and every fight on that card was an absolute banger.
Yes, unbelievable.
So good, and I didn't know half the boys on it. Like a lot of it was kind of like that was their big, step up the ladder fight. That was so much. Them fights had so much on the line.
So here's why I prefer the. It's hard to compare the two, right? But UFC is the prelims of UFC are much better than boxing undercards.
Oh yeah, well that's because boxing undercards, like the betting, you don't even point betting on it. The favorites are that big, like.
But even at that, there's like you very rarely see a knockout. You very rarely see like anything controversial. Whereas like what I like about the UFC is like anybody can win.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Like I'm not saying that I would win a fight in the UFC, but it's like if I was given enough fights, at some stage at one point I'm gonna land a big shot on somebody and knock them out.
yeah.
I might be 1 in 17. Doesn't matter.
You can catch somebody.
And that's what whereas like boxing, if you're like and I have seen it. Like I've seen it where like the favorite in a undercard fight in a boxing match has actually got beaten. As in like he hasn't done anything really. Maybe hit him a couple of jabs, but the other guy has like busted him up, but still loses because he's like the journeyman and like maybe fucking
he's seen all before.
This guy's meant to be the next best thing coming through. Like Campbell Hatton, Ricky Hatton's son.
Yeah.
He's been beat twice in a row now. But before that, his fights, a couple of men were like, there's no way he's won this. And they're like, oh, unanimous decision, Campbell Hatton. I'm like, not a chance. And then what happens is when they probably get somebody half decent, they get sparked out there.
But the problem is, like, with the boxing ones, there's just too much money involved. Whereas ultimately with UFC, the winner of every UFC card is the UFC.
You know what also I like about the UFC? In boxing especially, you can, which annoys me so much, like Tyson Fury has been unbeaten for so long, fought Usyk, right? Got beat. They're now going, if Fury loses his next fight, that's his career over. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
UFC, you can still be, you could be coming off 2 or 3 losses, but still earn your way back up again. Like a lot of fighters have done that. And I'm just like, why is boxing? And that's why you always get the UFC, the best fight the best more often than boxing. And usually in the peak. Because they know, like, if I lose, I can just, go again. Whereas, like, if if me and you were the top 2 fighters in the world, Sean, we're not going to fight each other till like near the end.
Yeah, exactly.
If you beat me in my prime, I'm like, well, that's me done.
That's why, like, so the UFC does such a good job of like keeping the guys that are at the top as like almost the benchmark for people who should be at the top. So it's kind of like the example of like if you use football, if you beat Aston Villa, right? You're going, that's somebody who can beat anyone on their day. Like they've beat a team that's consistently good. So like Robert Whittaker last night, right? He's fighting that guy Chimaev or whatever. That guy lost his last fight, was once a fucking world champion, but he's still at that level where you go, if you beat this guy, he's massive. Whereas boxing just goes, oh, fucking Tyson Fury lost one fight. If you beat him, well, sure, it doesn't really matter. You haven't really earned the right to do anything. Whereas the UFC does such a good job of keeping them guys relevant and as like a competitive standard where you're like, oh yeah, I'm interested in this.
Did you see Whittaker's jaw?
Oh, mate, don't even. My teeth haven't felt the same since I seen that. That is brutal.
But do you know something? If like this is why I'm not a fighter. If I felt somebody's jaw breaking my wrist, I'd be like, oh, fuck off. I'd be broken. I'd be like, oh.
I'm sorry. If that boy Chimaev held my hand too tight, I'd fucking tap out. That's an animal. Like, that is a fucking scary bastard. Did you see the boy earlier in the card? He was ginger. He had like, what was his name? I'm going to see.
He hit him. He hit him two back fists. Yes, he hit him two back fists.
Back fist to the left and then hit him with the right. I'm like, how does anyone even do that?
I know, it was mental. I'm like, crazy. The UFC was great last night, and then Max Holloway and Tapura.
Yeah, that wee Tapura, he's a tight wee hair, but
yeah,
he's tough as nails.
He's the guy that McGregor says, he goes, the last time he was like streaming himself, he was like, I'd grab Bishop over the chest and go, bah, 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 bah. He's a wee ding dong of a thing. And I'm like,
he's a tough wee nut, like, he's tough, like, and he hits hard as well. What was it, 145?
Yeah, but like, there's no, but like, you're a boxer, Sean, right? Coming off a win. You know what I mean?
Look, here, I don't like to bring it up.
You know what I mean?
I do pay you all the Patreon money to bring it up every weekend.
Hey,
yeah.
I felt the full force of the straight right of the Sean McAlevey.
The only shot he has. The only shot he has.
Aye, great shot too.
The only shot he needs.
That's it, right? Best shot ever. But like you weren't like, you think with the damage you'd have done to my nose if you had worn UFC mitts.
Fucking hell! Like
I would have. I actually think my nose bone would have entered my brain. Like I was like, he would have kept me.
So here, and you know what? Well, that was me at 50%.
Hey,
what is your...
that's you jet lagged. Hey, that's you jet lagged. Coming on 3 months traveling.
That was probably me putting everything into it, being like, fuck this, fucking insert racism.
But I'm just thinking, like, so whenever you get hit with one of those punches, like, not even that, you're knocked down and you're like, what's just happened? And then you just see the boy come on top of you and just punching you in the face.
But I actually do think it is more humane than, not humane, but I think it's actually less damaging than boxing. Whereas you've been knocked down, you get up, you probably are dazed for the rest of the round, and someone's still hitting you off. Sort of thing. I actually think if you go down and you take 2 of them, like what do you get, 2, maybe 3 max hammer fists, you're already out. Your brain's already switched off. Like, it's already gone into protective mode, survival mode. So I actually think it's kind of, I know it looks more barbaric, but it actually probably is safer.
Did you watch Jack Catterall against Prograis, or I can't remember his name? Stutter's nightmare. Anyway, so it was a cracking fight. Jack Catterall dropped him.
Right.
Your boy gets up, and I'm like, he should not be fighting here. Like, he shouldn't be fighting again. And Catterall keeps punching him, and I'm like, this guy just needs to lay down. Like, he needs to lay. He's getting beat, but and the commentator actually goes, this guy's fighting off muscle memory. Like, he is not, because have you ever seen anybody who's been like knocked out and they come round? They have no idea where they are.
Yeah, they're dead.
Like, he's like this deadpan look. And he's just like, that Carol looks and say, like, is this guy winding me up here? And it was, he actually survived to the end of the fight, but I'm like, stop this fight. Like, but
it's like, do you ever see the boys that get knocked out and immediately like they're sparked out on their back and they're just going like unconscious, and you're going, what? Where's that come from?
No,
it's too late, lad. It's too late. You're dead. You've been killed.
You know what? I'm a big basketball fan.
Yeah.
The NBA is back. I'm a LeBron James fan, so I'm obviously following the Los Angeles Lakers.
The Brownies.
They are 3-0. They've won their first 3 games, and this is. I can't put this in the nobody else in this is going to understand the mentalness of this stat. LeBron James is in year 22. This is his 22nd year playing basketball, right? 22nd year. He's 39. He's coming 40 in December. He broke his own record, right? Right. At 39 years of age, he's the first player in NBA history to, in a fourth quarter, get 15 plus points, 5 plus rebounds, 5 plus assists. He got a triple-double, and I'm just like, that is...
Do you know what they call that?
Is this guy on?
Do you know what they call that? They call that a LeBron stat. Right there. That's a fucking LeBron stat. I don't know much about basketball, but I know they do these things in basketball where they go, do you know he's the first person to score 3 shots with one eye closed on the left side of the field? And you're who's recording that stat? That's a LeBron stat right there.
But here, it doesn't matter. He's 39 years of age, and I'm just like, recording. What did he finish with? 32 points, 14 assists, 10 rebounds at 39 years of age.
Do you not think at this stage, do you not look at that and go, if I'm playing that sport, I'm going, we're a disgrace. There's a 39-year-old running rings around us. Like we're the problem here. This isn't him being. This is us being shite. This is like when Ronnie O'Sullivan goes, "I'm not great. All the young up and comers are shite and snooker." That's the same equivalent there. Like,
yes, exactly. Like LeBron's son is playing for the Lakers.
That's. Did you wait? How many games did they play together? I seen the first one. There was like a highlight thing, wasn't there?
He hasn't got on since.
Oh, has he not?
Pure nepotism, I and like, you know, something like there's one stage where like he does and it shows like a face of LeBron. LeBron's just like, he's not going to make it. Like,
really? Like he's not good enough to play in the league. Where his dad's 39 and scoring fucking.
Yeah. So there's at one. I think there's. So I must actually try and find the clip on like Twitter. LeBron goes to pass to Bronny and was like, nah. Shit, ridiculous shots and misses. Like, fuck.
I can't fathom the idea of like playing at that level with your son. Like, I think the peak of male existence is having a pint with your son. Like, I just think that's the happiest any man will ever be. Like, I think that's imagine being like, here, come on, I'll give you a lift to the game tonight, and you're both kitting out. That's
professional. Like, to be a professional, and like professional, professional. I'm playing for the Lakers, like obviously a global brand, like. Do you know what I mean? It's insane.
Would LeBron's son have got drafted if he wasn't LeBron's son? No.
Yes.
But way down.
Well, he was the 55th pick, like.
All right, okay. So, but obviously the Lakers had that figured out. They'll get him at the 55th pick.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But like, he still would have made it, but he probably would have been drafted to the G League. Right. So what happens? People who get drafted in like the lower numbers, they're put into like. So they might get signed by the San Antonio Spurs or the Knicks or the Celtics, but they're fired into like their reserve team, for the lack of a better phrase. And then if they produce really well, then they get brought into the.
Okay. It's like your last chance for the thing. Like,
but see the way you said, like you said about LeBron James going, I'm 39, like, and there's people running about, or this is a young man sport. Why am I still the best? Whenever I'm back to play for Riverdale, I played 2 seasons with the first team, right? So then I said, you know what? I ain't getting too big and heavy and old and slow to be playing for the first team. There's a lot of young boys coming through. So I helped start a reserve team, right? But I was still starting every week, and I was getting fed up. And I was getting fed up of playing every like starting every week, right?
Yeah.
And we were getting hammered every game because our reserve team we were shite, like our reserves were shite. I remember at half-time game, I went, lads, what age are you? He's like 17. I said, what age are you? 19. I goes, see if I was your age and there was some fat 33-year-old starting ahead of me, I'd be ashamed of myself. I could choose fucking put the work in a training and put me out of the team, make me retire, force me to retire.
Yeah. Get me out of the game, please.
Yeah.
For the love of fucking, for my own sake.
I'm like, I don't want to be chasing a nothing ball in the corner. I don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say my career, I want 5 minutes at the end when we're 6-0 up, and I can shoot from 70 yards. You know what I mean? That's the stage. You know what I mean? And then like, obviously, I had to retire then because broke my back for the fucking second time. But I was just like, fucking hell. I was so annoyed. I was like, why could you guys just not pop me out of the team, man? Because you're young lads, you should be fit to run. Like.
Unreal. I need to get back playing sports. I need to fucking. I've been dedicating myself to the gym recently, and I've actually been going all right. But I need to get back playing some competitive sports. I need to take that edge off me. Hit somebody. You know what I mean? Go out there and I might hit somebody today. Like, you know what I mean?
Smash into somebody.
Yeah, smash into somebody. But I don't think I can go back and play soccer again. Soccer annoys me for 2 reasons in this country. One, boys that play are just yaps. Like, they just yap. And see when you play for like soccer is mainly a Protestant sport here. Let's not beat around the bush. When you go to play like your Catholic team, you go play. Oh, they are the worst people in the world. Like,
it can get a bit, but
yapping for my liking. I played Nats, which didn't help.
No, the level we played at was we were Lonsdale too, which is the lowest level of soccer in our area. Like,
Not the level I like. Not that I like, because whenever I joined a Gaelic team up in Belfast, East Belfast, I played for reserves, and I should not be playing reserves. Shouldn't play for they were Division 4 South Down, the first team. They're like, Sean, go play for the first. I was like, no. I just want to run around boys in the reserve league. I don't want to push myself at all.
Yeah.
Or go to these Hellions in the 4th division that are trying. No.
Yeah.
Screw that. Before we end the stream, I'll tell my best sporting story. Before we wrap up, the only like really sporting story I have that was a good finish was we went to the Foyle Cup in 2017 maybe. I was like just turning 18, so about to go senior. But we were like one last year. We played for Ashgrove, same as you, like sort of like a really bad level league mid-Ulster team, like lowest you could go, and just got pumped every week. And I was keeper, and we could be conceding like 4, 5, 6 goals. But the boys were like, Sean, I'm telling you now, you are a good goalkeeper. We're just shite. Like, you face 30 shots a game. You know, it's not your fault. Sort of thing. And I was just like, guys, I gotta pack it in. This is so grim. Like, just my back sore picking the ball out of the net. That's how shit this is. But we went to Derry. We went to Derry for the Foyle Cup. We're like, we'll just sign up, whatever. In our group, we had Dundee, who are obviously like a full-time outfit with like their youth development squad. Derry City, Finn Harps, I think at the time, and us. So basically 4 professional football teams and us. Finn Harps absolutely pumped us 3-0 or something like that. But we were kind of like, fuck, it's all right. Next thing, Dundee must have, fisted us about, it was like 10-0. I think they just stopped counting. It was so bad, just wrecked us.
Yeah.
And then the last game, they're like, look, we'll play Derry City in the Brandywell. Let's just enjoy it for what it is. It was 31 degrees that day. It was so hot we were taking water breaks every 15 minutes and getting rotated in and out. We gave away a penalty in the 15th minute, and I fucking saved it. Best moment of my life at the Brand. And the boy, Jody did. He did the classic. I was like, I don't know which way I'm going to go here, but he looked left, and I was like, that means he's going right. Joe tried to the owl look left, go right. Bullshit. Saved it. Fine. They were like just having shots from everywhere, saving fucking everything. They couldn't score. Full time ended 0-0. Unbelievable result. Their stats man came up to me. I couldn't even walk out of the box. I was so tired. He was like, do you know how many saves you made today? And I was like, I haven't a clue. He goes, you made 33 saves.
Holy fuck. And was it a 90-minute match?
90-minute match.
33 minutes.
Yeah. He was like 33 minutes, 33 saves, and you saved the penalty. And I was actually a double save from the penalty. And it got so bad that I was walking it. Do you like go to get the ball because there's no ball boys or anything? And I'd be like walking to go get the ball for the kick out. And they'd be complaining, be like, he's not being quick enough to get the ball. And the referee was like, look at him. He's the busiest player on the pitch today. That's my one claim to fame. Like, and then that same competition, we went on to play. It was sort of like a last place playoff game, just so you didn't finish last. And we played, might have been Oliver Plunkett's or something like that. And we were 1-0 up, finished 1-1, went to penalty shootout. Who wants to take a penalty? Maybe in the Arsenal I am. Me, goalkeeper, wants to take a penalty. Saved the first one. One of our boys missed ones. Went down to the last 2 penalties. I saved the 5th penalty and then scored my penalty, the 5th one.
Oh, yes.
And we won. And here, to this day, greatest sport achievement of my life. Unbelievable. Saving the last one, scoring it. I was like, who was it? Arthur Begovic? I think he did that at one stage. Oh, yeah. Glorious.
this is why. This is the story I'm going to tell is basically why you should never give in to what's the word I'm looking for? Knowing your friends are trying to goad you into something.
Mm-hmm.
What's that word?
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure. Peer pressure. Never give in to peer pressure. So I'll set the scene. I had just turned 16 years of age, right? Young lad, right? I got called up to the Moy seniors, who are Division 1 Tyrone, which is a very high standard football, right? They were Strucker players. I'm gonna be honest, right? They were Strucker players, right? So I'm sitting on the bench, and when I was 16, I was hitting 45s, right? No problem.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck!
I could go down to the pitch now and hit a 45, no problem.
No, you couldn't. Bullshit.
Sean.
Bullshit. You can hit a 45.
All, in the words of Thierry Henry, all day. Hey, I'm telling you, that'll be. I'll get me on O'Neill's ball pitch and I'll do it. No problem.
Right. Okay, sweet.
So that's okay. Do you remember? It used to be. I don't even think there's still a thing. Do you mind the time of the blood subs?
Yeah.
So about 7 minutes to go, we were playing Trillick, and one of our forwards gets injured. Blood sub. It's a 45. Plal. My first touch of a Moy senior football was a 45, right? And on the bad side, so I'm right-footed, so you ideally want to be hitting it from either straight on or to the left. So I'm to the right, and I come on, and it's about maybe 10 yards to the right. So I have to like curl it like this, you know? And I hit that ball as sweet as I've ever kicked it up. And I'd go straight over the black spot. Like, if it had been no catch, I would have fucking just, and you can just hear the members in the crowd going, he's the next big thing. Like, he's the next. I never touched it for my after. Never
weren't ready for it.
That is fact. That was my first time.
I can't kick the ball off the ground. Even when I played fucking goalkeeper, like I was never great at like putting the ball really high. Like,
but no, I am good. Like whenever I played rugby for the tack, I'd have been the boy hitting the
rugby for the tack. That's a different story for a different time.
It is.
We're gonna follow that up. We're gonna follow that up next week.
Yes.
Tune in next week to talk about rugby for the tack.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Have we any closing comments for this week's episode? Thank you to everyone that's on the live stream. 3 viewers that are live. Thank you very much. We had Soupy Campbell on there dropping a few comments as well. Up the boys. Not Soupy Campbell from the Armagh football team, unfortunately. Soupy Campbell, the open mic comedian. But if you're enjoying, leave a like on the video. Thank you all very much for listening. Drop in any football and hot takes you have, or anything else that's happening. And Soupy commenting more, you hear you.
Yes, and if people don't know who, Soupy is running another roast battle with Justin Freeburn in January time. So
get signed up. Are you doing the next one as well?
Absolutely not. I'll not even be in the same county. So, anyways, but yes, thanks for joining us and listening to us. Please like and share the podcast. It goes a long way, and join up to our Patreon if you want as well.
Also, final thing for me, let us know what you think of the live format. We're going to try and run this on a Sunday night, chat about football, chat about crack we've had the night, and get you guys involved as well. Anyone that's listening, send in your fucking comments, your hot takes. If you think United are shite, if you think Arsenal weren't robbed, let us know. And yeah, we'll just tell you that you're wrong, but send them in anyway.
Yeah. Here, it's been a great night.
See you all next time. Good luck.
Oh, just let me, that clock keeps ticking like a metronome in my